How to scale your business with marketing. Want more leads and less stress? Then watch this video and learn my strategy. All right, so let's dive right into this topic. We're talking about how to scale your business with marketing. Before we dive in, let's talk just a little bit about what some of these words we're using mean. When we're talking about scaling, what I mean by that is we have a system in place in order to determine success and failure quickly. When it comes to scaling, that doesn't mean that you aren't failing. You will fail, and you'll fail often. But having a system in place in order to determine if something is a success, a win, or a failure is paramount. If you are coming in and thinking that it's a great idea to scale without having a system and a process in place, then what that becomes is it's a guessing game. It's a guessing game as to what is succeeding and what is failing. Guessing isn't scaling. So the first and most important thing when it comes to scaling is having a system and a process. Now, let's talk about marketing. This word gets thrown around and for a lot of people means different things. I'm going to include within this marketing frame two areas, and I want you to be able to get very clear on this. The first one is advertising. Advertising is any place that people are going to see a call to action or be able to get a first impression of you and your brand and your business. So when it comes to ads, this can be classic paid ads, or it can include organic posting. This can include things like social media and a wide variety of other channels. But I want you to think about that. What are your advertising channels, or where are people seeing or getting an impression of your brand? The second part to it is marketing. This is where I would include any time that somebody has gotten an impression and is attracted to you and interacting with your brand. Marketing usually entails leads, not customers. I'm going to give a tiny caveat to that, or I want to stress it usually means that. We do have things like long-term nurture, and we do want to call people back to become repeat customers and to continue to interact with our brand. Those will be considered marketing efforts as well. But for this video, I want you to just understand what marketing automation is and its purpose. It's going to include things that are part of advertising and marketing or sales funnels. As businesses come and they want to start growing and scaling, one critical place that I see a lot of breakages is that there isn't a systemized approach in order to be able to catch more leads. Marketing will inevitably bring in more leads. That's great, unless you do not have a systemized process to be able to capture those leads and speak to them. So in order to combat this problem of leads coming in and not having a systemized approach, that's where marketing automation can help to build that very systemized approach. Now, I'm going to give you the second critical error that I see a lot of businesses make, and that's creating marketing automation and advertising without consulting or even having a customer journey. What a customer journey can do for your business is it helps you to understand everything from a lead and their first impression all the way through becoming a customer and a repeat customer and hopefully a brand advocate for you. We want to be able to have that up-to-date customer journey in order to understand the right marketing funnels that will be able to speak to your ideal customer and can connect between your advertising and your marketing. Having automated marketing funnels is also going to help move a lead along until they become a customer with minimal effort. Now, again, the part to that is going to be quite critical for you is that you make sure it is properly automated and you have gone through and blueprinted out your total marketing funnel so that you make sure you don't have any holes in your bucket, that people aren't falling out. Again, a marketing funnel is more than just a landing page. It's more than just creating the ebook. It's creating the automation in order to capture that lead, in order to be able to speak to them, and most importantly, speak to where they're at and speak to their pains and problems that your products and service can help solve. The final part to being able to scale your marketing efforts is to start tracking and testing different components. Now, I did that in that order specifically for a reason. First of all, you do need to start out before you A/B test anything. You need to be tracking a beginning point, and you need to know whether or not something is working or it is not working. If you've built a funnel and only 2 people have gone through it, that is not enough data. It isn't enough tracking in order to determine whether something is working or it isn't. That A/B test is going to give you 1 and 1. So having, first of all, numbers and data and tracking that numbers and data will give you a good first start of what to A/B test. Should we A/B test subject lines on emails? Should we A/B test the message that goes out via text message? Should we A/B test whether an email or a text message works better? But again, until we have started tracking something, then all we are doing is guessing. And guessing is not scaling. I always say that simplicity scales and complexity fails. When it comes to scaling your marketing, as I said, I think that customer journey is so important. If you want to know more about how to scale your marketing efforts and how to build that customer journey and how I go through and blueprint all of my marketing funnels, then I want you to watch this video right here where I provide you with additional resources and tools in order to scale your marketing faster. I look forward to seeing you there.